Yo, what's going on, good people? Welcome back to another video. It's your boy LLB. I hope you're all having a really great day. And today I'm going to be giving you a few tips as to how you can just improve your workflow, work faster, work more efficiently, and more importantly, just keep the vibe going when you're making beats. I know how it gets sometimes when you're just listening to beats on repeat, and it just kind of gets long, and then you don't like the beat, and then you have to scrap it, start a new one, and then at that point the vibe's dead. So yeah, I'm going to show you some tips as to how you can work super efficiently and how you can kind of tell when a beat's finished and when there's enough space on a beat for a rapper to jump on it. So we're going to be getting into plenty of gems today, and I'm going to give you some examples by kind of doing a little challenge. Over the next 48 hours, I'm going to be basically making as many beats as possible. I'm going to aim for like 10 to 15. It's going to be a bit of a task because I'm currently just making like 1 or 2 beats per day, but I think it's doable. And it's a really good chance to show you guys that it is doable to just make lots and lots of vibey beats and just try and keep the vibe up, keep the motivation going, and just stay within that workflow. So yeah, plenty of gems in this one, man. Some hard beats as well, hopefully. Let's just get this thing going, man. All right, before we get into this one, I just wanted to give a huge shout out to my guys over at Slate Digital for sponsoring this video. If you guys don't know who Slate Digital are, they are a really great plugin company, but that's not actually the reason for this sponsor. They've actually reached out to me about a kit, and this is kind of left field for a company that's solely based on plugins. So yeah, they've just dropped this new kit called the KCOS kit, and it's basically an all-in-one kit. You've got loops in there, drum samples, drum loops, vocal chops, synths, you know, all those go-to sounds that you're going to need at some point when making your beats. And the best part about it is this kit is going to be free for a limited time, so if you guys want to jump on this kit, then I'll leave a link in the description for you. But yeah, this has come at the perfect time because I was already planning on making this video where I just cook up as many beats as possible, give you guys some tips on how to improve your workflow. And yeah, they reached out, said they're dropping a new kit with tons of loops, plenty of drum sounds, drum loops, and I thought this is literally going to be the perfect kit to just lay down lots of beats, get some quick ideas, quick inspirations from the loops, some of the drum loops, so you can kind of bring individual sounds in if you want to. So yeah, I'm excited to get into this, man. But yeah, if you want to get this kit for free, I think it's only free for a limited time, so be quick and hit the link in the description if you want to jump on the kit. So yeah, let's get cracking, man. I need to get started making these beats, and I'm going to jump straight in by giving you guys probably a controversial chip. Can't even say controversial. Probably a controversial chip. a controversial.
What?
I can't even say the word, but you know what I mean. If you want to stay productive, if you want to keep that workflow going, if you want to be cranking out beats and staying creative, then a big one is to use loops, or at least use like a starter. Not all the time. If you want to sit down and just really get stuck into a nice melody, then feel free. But if you want to keep things going, if you want to keep the workflow moving, then loops is the best way to do that, man. Honestly, hip hop, trap, rap is all based off of sampling anyway, so there's no harm in sampling, man. You can flip it, reverse it, add halftime to it, do whatever you want to it to make it your own. But yeah, loops is a good way to start things off, man. If any of you guys tap into the live beat critiques that I do every week, I've noticed like a few times, at least once or twice in the stream, that a few people struggle with finding the root note. So yeah, let me just show you how to find that if you literally don't have any idea. So one way is just to come in, right click here, come into the audio editor, click this little icon right here, come down to detect pitch regions, and then that's just going to pick out all the tones in that loop. So basically, if you want to find out the first chord, then just zoom right in, F, and that lines up with what they've labeled it as, so we know it's F. And for this loop, it's all in one key, like you'll notice. Listen. Same again. So for this one, it's actually kind of easy. As long as I've got the beat hitting on F at the start of every bar, then I'm pretty much good to go. One problem I have ran into sometimes when I'm using loops is that even when I come into editing and I've got the pitch regions loaded up, sometimes it's kind of hard because the melody might have used like 9th chord, 7th chord, so it is kind of hard to hear it, and sometimes these pitch regions don't really pick it up too well. So one way to be sure is just to come into FL keys and then find the key that the pitch region said it was playing in. So F, play the beat. Yeah, we know it. You know, that sounds right? Yeah, that sounds right. But yeah, normally the pitch regions is pretty accurate. So yeah, let's just go in with the first beat, man. Go with the 808. Bring this one down. Jeez. Do you know what? I honestly think that's it. It's one of those beats that you could literally just have that on loop. Alright, second beat. I'm actually going to make this melody from scratch, and I'm going to go into a good gem that will help you guys out as well when it comes to building up your melodies. Okay, now the gem that I was about to explain is called the puzzle technique. I actually got this from my guy Enviral just through going through some of his tutorials. So yeah, go check out Enviral for some massive loop gems. Yeah, this is called the puzzle technique. So basically what you do is you just fill the gaps. You've got all this space in the beat right here. You see in between the chords? You've got all this space because these chords are real subtle. Like this looks like it's been filled out, but it's not really. Like, yeah, they're very subtle. But the key is when you're putting your top melodies in, your leads, it's just to use a puzzle technique. So I'm just going to fill out these gaps. I'm not going to have everything all hitting at the same point. So yeah, I'm going to come in with a few little plucky sounds, a few little things here and there, and just fill this thing out. So yeah, notice how I'm keeping these patterns really simple as well, because you want to kind of like stack a few sounds on top of this just to give it different textures, different vibes. There's still a few empty pockets with this. You got a little space right here that I can fill out with like a catchy lead, little gaps here and there. So yeah, let's try and fill those out as well. So yeah, there's our loop right there. I'm just gonna separate these out real quick, give it some nice switch ups, and then we'll bang some drums over this, man. Yeah, there we go, man. Beat 2 down. Alright, let's go get another one in. Bongo really just adds a little something to it. I'm excited to get some drums in on this one. Before I do though, I just want to give you guys another little tip as well, and this mainly, I guess it kind of refers to just like the whole beat making process, and that is just try not to overthink these things, okay? When it comes to your melodies, go with your gut. If you can really hear something in a beat, put that in it and just leave it there. Try not to overthink things too much, because when you keep listening to a loop over and over and over, that's when you start to overthink it. That's when you start to add in things that you didn't need to really. So yeah, if you think something's missing something, put it in. If you think it needs taken out, just go with that initial gut instinct. Same goes with your drums, man. Put one sound in and move on to the next. Try not to dwell on certain sounds and certain parts of a beat. So with this, the first thing I heard was like it needed a B section, which is this little top line that I put in right here. And then the bongos was just something to add to the melody that's probably just going to run throughout the whole beat. So yeah, just don't overthink those things, man. Let's go in with some drums. I'm going to come back into that slate kit, and I might use some loops for this. And that lines up perfect. Yeah, I like that clap right there. Yeah, that's clean. Just notice how I'm keeping the ball rolling. I liked the sound of that loop, just went straight for it. There's no need to keep going through other sounds once you find something you like. You know, just go with the first thing that sounds good, because that's normally the right thing. Jeez. It's that top melody for me, man. That top guitar. That's 5-y. There's another one in the bank. Let's keep it going, man. Let's keep it going. Feeling good. Man, that was nice. Yeah, I just think it's missing some flute phrases, man. Some flute phrases, and then we're done with the beat. Yeah, then this second section we have a busier part. There we go. There's another one, man. Alright, man, we're getting there, man. We've got, what, 4 beats so far? I spent a bit of time on a couple of them, so I'm going to take a little break, let my ears rest, recoup, then I'll get back to it a little bit later. It's currently 10 to 5, so yeah, I'll take a little rest and then we'll crack on with this evening. Alright, so a little bit later on, late evening, had a quick break, got some fresh air, but we're back in it, man, locked in. So yeah, let's see if I can knock out another 2 or 3 beats before it gets too late. Yeah, that's vibey, man. I think what I'm going to do before I do anything with this is just add a little vocal texture to it. I can hear one in there already, but I think there's space for one more. So I think I'm just going to come with arcade for this. Yeah, that could work right there. Just repeat it. Some little cymbals. I'm just gonna mess with the panning and the velocity on those. Yeah, lower. Yeah, that's a vibe. I think in this beat I can hear down part where there's just like a nice bass playing. Like that, lower. Let's see how that sounds like. Yeah, that's it. Jeez, when the bass comes in, man, survive. Yeah, that's another one, man. Another one in the bag. Now, another thing when it comes to making beats and just keeping things moving, keeping the vibe going, is just be confident in every decision you make. If it sounds good to you, then it's going to translate and it's going to sound good when you actually release the whole thing. So when I come with building melodies, I find something that I really vibe with, lay that down, and then just kind of work from there. And if you hear something, use your gut and go with that first instinct. So but when you're making those decisions, when you're recording stuff in or just clicking stuff in, just have that confidence in your own sound. Don't think like, oh, what would so-and-so do with this sound, or how would so-and-so program these drums in. They're not you, so you know, you can find your own bounce with it, you know. Stay within the foundations and like the rules of music, so don't just go and like putting in like an out of tune 808, but within those rules you can be creative with it, man, and just do stuff that sounds interesting to you. Good example is when you're out in studio sessions. For example, if I go out to see Lats, or if I link up with another producer, when I'm programming in drums or when I'm making melodies in front of them, I make something that I think sounds good, not what I think the person wants to hear, and then I move forward, and that always tends to work better for me. Whenever I try to start making things that I think the other person needs or wants, then they don't vibe with it as much. Yeah, the other person can have input and you can kind of go off their feedback and, you know, switch up sounds as and when they hear something, because that's their process, and at the end of the day it's more of like a collaborative thing as well when you're working with someone else. But always have that confidence when you're putting in things. That way when you get to the finished products, you're happy with it, whoever you're making the beats for is happy with it, and yeah, it's just a more fun experience. So yeah, there's another little tip for you guys. Just be confident in the way you carry yourself, in the way you work through a beat, in the way you build up your melodies, in the way you program your drums. As soon as you hear something, put it down and just be confident with that decision. So yeah, man, we've still got some time on our hands. Let's go ahead and crank out another beat. It's kind of vibey, you know. Yeah, something like that, man. I think it's just a super simple kind of beat, this one. Could add this little filler. And we'll pitch it down. Jeez, man, that's clean. Kind of like that sound. Kind of like it's got like an atmospheric kind of vibe to it. Yeah, just repetitive, and then just a cymbal, I think. Something like that. And we got another beat right there, man. It's one of those repetitive beats. Yeah, that's just vibey, man. So much space in that for vocals, man. Love that one. I think I'm going to finish here on a high. Pick this thing up tomorrow, man. It's getting kind of late, so yeah, let me get some rest, and I'll see you tomorrow. See how many beats we can get tomorrow. Alright then, day 2. I don't even know how many beats we've made. I think we made 1, 2... I think we're 6 deep. I'm feeling like super productive today, so I want to try and smash it and get like 10 beats made. That might be a little bit optimistic. So yeah, man, for this first beat, I'm going to go straight for a guitar, man. And yeah, we're just going to see what happens, man. More gems today. Let's get going. The reverse one. Got a beat right there, man. Jeez. Man, that's hard. Yeah, another one in the bag. But yeah, another thing that should really help you guys when it comes to just figuring out like when a beat is finished almost, because I feel like sometimes, especially in the beginning, when you're making beats, you just end up adding stuff, and before you know it, you've kind of filled all the pockets and there's no space for vocals. That often crops up when I'm doing the beat critiques. I'll hear beats where there just isn't any space for vocals. So a really easy way to figure out if the beat has enough space is, as you're making the beat, just rap along to it. Hum some melodies if it's a more melodic kind of beat. But yeah, just rap along with the beat, man. That's the best indicator as to whether it's ready or not. If you're rapping along to it and it kind of still feels really empty, like it's not a finished beat, then add a few more sounds. If it's too hectic, then just take some sounds out, simplify it. The easier you can rap to it, the easier a rapper can rap to it, and they're probably better than we are at it anyway, so they'll be able to catch a vibe even quicker. But yeah, so this beat, I told her 50 on me, but I told her to keep it 100. So that's pretty hard, man. I think maybe it could have been sped up a little bit. 19. Yeah, 119's a good tempo. And that's it, man. That's actually really good, because I was going to just bounce this beat out as it was, but after rapping to it, it kind of felt too slow, too sluggish. So that one little trick that doesn't need any fancy plugins, it doesn't need anything, is your voice. Just rap along to it. If you can vibe with it, then it's cool, man. But yeah, you can instantly tell when something needs adding, changing, speeding up, slowing down, just simply by rapping to the beat. So yeah, there's another banger right there, man. Let me get this one saved and we'll crack on with the next one. I think I might start with a drum loop this time. Yeah, let's get bouncing, man. Hey. Okay, let's go with some sounds. Let's go into the tonal loops part. I think these are like separated sounds from the loops. They're kind of like stemmed out. Let's see if we can find something that works. If not, we'll just make it from scratch. Okay, let's go with some other sounds then. I need something, some keys or something just to kind of ride along with this. Yeah, I'm not too keen on this one. Sounds okay, but I don't know, man. I'm not keen on that one. It's subjective. Some of you guys might like that, but I'm not feeling this one. It happens, man. It happens. Let's move on to the next one. Oh yeah, I'm hitting plug vibes, man. Yeah, that's vibey. And let's do like a filtered clap, you know, that kind of plug vibe where it's kind of, yeah, the clap's kind of filtered out. Like a thin hi-hat, I think, for plug kind of beats. I want to go with some more unique sounds for this drum loop. Hey, hey, hey. Hey. Oh, that's cool, man. I haven't heard that sound before. The bounce is crazy on this one. Little perk. Hey, oh, wait. Wait. Hey. 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 Just a minute. And just a crash, I think, and we are in, man. There we go. Vibes. Yeah, another one in the bag, man. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Let's get one more, man. Let's get 10 beats in. 10 beats in 2 days is pretty good for me anyway. Okay, let's get a quick bounce in. I'm feeling, I can't remember the name of the Drake song now. It's that song we did with Future like last year or the year before. I can't remember it now. Let's get a hi-hat from the Keikos kit. That's a cool little kick actually, let's put that in. And that's simple, man, just a simple banger. Like spacey vibes. I think I'm beat it out, man. I think I'm beat it out. So yeah, man, productive couple of days. I hope there was some stuff in there that was like helpful for you guys as well. Like I wanted to include a few just like helpful tips, tricks, and just things that's really helped me, especially when I'm in studio sessions and just when I'm in a bit of a rut and I'm not really feeling inspired. You know, there's plenty of things to do to get around that, you know, like using loops, going ahead and just making a melody from scratch, not even thinking about the drums, switching up the genre, switched up the genre a couple times in this, rapping over your own beats, singing over your own beats, and just not overthinking things. Yeah, if any of you are in a rut right now or just kind of like wanted to switch things up, then hopefully this one was helpful for you. Again, big shout out to Slate Digital for sponsoring this one. But yeah, thanks for watching everyone. Have a great day and I'll see you in the next one.